Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Terrence Crawford, he posted something on his Twitter account that was pretty deep. He says, a lot of y'all YouTubers that just be making their podcast be killing boxing because y'all don't know what the F y'all be talking about. End quote. So Terrence Crawford is not the first person to say something like this, and he won't be the last. Errol Spence, he also said the same thing a couple of months back while he was negotiating the Terrence Crawford fight. For those of you guys who don't know, Crawford and Spence, they have been negotiating that fight for about 4 or 5 months. With that being said, let me go ahead and get my thoughts on what Terrence Crawford said about YouTubers on the internet. First of all, the majority of you guys that watch a whole bunch of channels on the internet, you guys already know who Terrence Crawford is talking about. So listen, there is no doubt about it. Social media is definitely a gift and a curse. Now, one of the best things about pre-social media is back then, you would just get the news. You would get a reported update. You would get some quotes of what the boxer said, and that was it. There was no ulterior motives. There was no hidden agendas. There was no one making up stories just to profit off of it. And this is the reason why you never heard boxers back then say that these writers are destroying the sport of boxing. Now in today's social media world, you can have anyone jump on the internet and say whatever they want, regardless if it's true or false. And when it comes to this whole Spence versus Crawford situation, a lot of people on the internet are making it extremely personal. I mean, listen, there's nothing wrong with being a Spence fan or being a Crawford fan, but you could still be a fan of someone and have integrity. I mean, just off of me reading the comments in my own comment section gives me an idea of what other people may be saying on the internet. And it's just amazing to me because when I'm talking about Spence versus Crawford and I'm reading the comments on my channel, you can see the excitement just in a person's post that the fight is not happening. And that person always sounds extremely happy to blame it on Terrence Crawford. And I'm just saying to myself, why are these type of people not disappointed that the biggest fight in boxing is not happening? They're not disappointed. I mean, just think about this for a second. Even if you truly felt that it was Terrence Crawford's fault that this fight is not happening right now, regardless of who you're pointing the finger at, why doesn't this bad news disappoint you? Because deep down, a lot of those fans did not want to see this fight. Because the truth is, when it comes to Terrence Crawford, his situation, you have a lot of Errol Spence fans out there. And even though a lot of Errol Spence obviously want Spence to win that fight, just the idea of Spence possibly losing to Terrence Crawford or anyone in that matter, they would rather not see the fight. But see, when it comes to me, I want to see the fight regardless who's going to win the fight, because at the end of the day, I want to know who's better. So while obviously it's not all Errol Spence fans that feel this way, but there is a good percentage of them that do. So you have those fans that are against this fight happening. And then you have the racist fans that don't want to see this fight. And they certainly don't want to see Terrence Crawford win it because they know that Terrence Crawford is already considered pound for pound the best fighter in the world. They know regardless of who wins this fight, he is going to be the undisputed best fighter in the world. And when I say undisputed, I'm not talking about the undisputed champion in the welterweight division. I'm talking about the undisputed best fighter in the world. Just like Floyd Mayweather was. When Floyd Mayweather was fighting, it was so undeniable that he was the best fighter in the world that even the most racist boxing websites had him number one. It was damn near impossible to justify putting anyone above him. And they know that's going to be the case when we get a winner between Spence and Crawford. Once again, Spence is still pound for pound number one, the best fighter in the world. And Crawford is the second best fighter in the world. But once again, whoever wins that fight between the two, it makes the decision unanimous. I'll close out with saying this. You know, it's unfortunate that what Terrence Crawford said is true when it comes to some YouTubers destroying the sport of boxing. And this is just so unfortunate because this is the reason why I created new media. So we could completely separate ourselves from the racists and the people out there, once again, with hidden agendas. And we do it with speaking the whole truth unapologetically and reporting the actual boxing news, the same way it was done before social media. I mean, the influence of social media is just unbelievable. For example, when Gervonta Tank Davis came out and he aired out a boxing website by saying that their sources was shit when they were saying that Gervonta was supposed to be fighting Abner Mares next. Well, I went back after Gervonta said that and read the article, and I found out that this website, they actually got the information from someone on YouTube that didn't have a legitimate source. And this is amazing because once again, back in the day, which is not that long ago, these boxing websites were really reliable when they would report news. Now, even some of these websites have gotten so desperate to report some news that they're willing to make up stuff because they heard someone else make it up. I mean, if you're going to report something that's not proven to be true, you can do that, but just report it as a rumor and make sure you put in the headline that it's a rumor. Because if you don't, you're going to have professional boxers like Gervonta Tank Davis and Terrence Crawford exposing you. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes,
Fever blisters, diabetic ulcers,
this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodeki.com.
like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues. So make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.
My name is Chris, and I'm all the way here from Anchorage, Alaska at Scalp Carolinas, and I'm here for my second treatment of SMP. Well, I was sitting at home one day and going over my Facebook page, and they have different, like advertisements popping up, and I saw one for SMP. And I saw some pictures of some guys, a before and after, and I was looking at that, and it caught my attention. So I Googled it. SMP, nothing showed up in my area. So, I did a little more research, and all of a sudden, Scalp Carolinas popped up in the web browser. So I started watching his videos and seeing all the reaction from all the other people. We talked on the phone, we made appointments and everything. I sent him pictures, and he looked at them, and I was like, "Can you fix this?" And, he pretty much said, "No problem." My first session, he made me feel extremely comfortable. It was almost like I was talking to family. He started, and during the whole treatment, we talked and, about our families and our life, and, and things that he does and things that I do. And before I know it, the first session was over. When you see someone doing something that they love, as much as I see Enoch Glover love what he does, it shows in his work. I wouldn't point anyone in any other direction but here to North Carolina, Scalp Carolinas, to get this done.